Hi, kids. Haven't been on here in a while. Thought I'd hop on and say hello. Forgive the look. I've been very busy, running here and there, going, regardless of how I feel. Today, I had to take my stepmother she's got glaucoma, and she had to have laser surgery done on her eyes, excuse me, while I readjust. And so, took her to that appointment. Then I should have done this before I turned on the camera. Then we came back here and chatted for a while, and then we went out to lunch. And I just brought her home. So that was today. She's last week was school was off, so did a lot of stuff with my grandkids. Took two of them with my daughter and a friend of mine and her granddaughter. We went to this place called Wild Animal Park. It makes our local zoo look like a kids play area. This Wild Animal Park is just unbelievable. And excuse me, every animal you can imagine. And unlike the zoo, you can get up personal and close and feed some of them and pet them, and they do demonstrations, and very well done. Nice place. Cost me a ton of money because it was my treat, my Easter treat, but we had a good time. And I drove. I did it all. Just trying to show you how far I've come in a year. Easter, had dinner here. Then I went over to my older daughters for a while and spent some time with them, and then did go to Grief Share Sunday night. They still had Grief Share meeting because me including, most of us, this is our first Easter without our loved one. And one of the people in my group, it was their 1-year anniversary from losing their 27-year-old daughter. Rough. So Grief Share is going well for me. I'm learning and a lot, and just talking to other people and sharing experiences, and the workbook really helps me. I'll be going, last year in September, I did that suicide walk for awareness and prevention of suicide. And now that my friend's brother, I think I mentioned it on my prior vlog from this one, a friend of mine's brother took his life a couple weeks ago, and I had to go to his memorial service a week ago this last Monday. Today's Wednesday. So I'll be walking again this September. The list of people who are close to me who have taken their lives is now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're up to 4. 4 people. 5, including somebody who wasn't real close to me, but 4 that were close to me. And it seems like the number is just growing. Jesus, come back. Easter, I had a bad episode with my head. The male debarkment, the foggy, groggy, almost feels like you're having a stroke. Very severe on Sunday. I cannot tell you why. It just was. It did subside late in the day, but earlier in the day, it was bad to the point that I just wanted to go up in my bed and cry. And I haven't felt like that in a while. To that severity. It was very severe. But it did pass. Now that I'm at 2.5 milligrams, I think that I'm feeling even a little bit better. My sleep seems to be getting a little better. Now, am I still waking up a couple times to go to the bathroom? Yes, but I'm not. I'm falling asleep a little faster after I've gotten up, and I don't know. It's not earth-shattering, believe me. It's not a huge change, but it's a little bit of a change, and I'll take anything at this point. What else? A lot going on with my family. My younger daughter just left today for her second business trip. She just came back from New York City last week, and now she's left today for Long Island for a couple days. This is her new job. I posted on Facebook what her job title is, but I'm so proud of her. Just so proud of her. 28, and wow, she's accomplished so much more than I ever did. Now, I was a mother at 28 of one child, but, you know, career-wise, oh, please. She throws me under the bus. I had no direction like she does. What else? So my daughter started a new nanny this Monday that she works out and sticks it out until June 30th. That's all we need, till June 30th. And then we got the summer, and we'll see what we would need to do. I mean, she says she's going to come back in the fall. Let's just see if she can make it through the next 8 weeks. It's always a toss-up with that. So yesterday it was 70s. Today it's 40s. So my head's a little today, but not anything that I couldn't drive. And like I said, take her to her appointment, take her out to lunch. I was able to do those things, and a year ago I would not have been able to do those things. So I'm telling you, I'm definitely seeing a huge change in myself with the LDN. There's still a lot of room for improvement, believe me. I still have, like Sunday, moments where my head gets really bad, severe, and it's scary. Because you go for several days of feeling kind of normal, and then you get really bad, and it's like, where'd that come from? And I don't know. What else can I tell you? I'm just trying to update you guys, anyone who cares and watches. So right now I'm trying to find somebody who can redo my ensuite at a very reasonable cost. I'd like my ensuite, which is very tiny. I should actually show it to you, but I'm not gonna right now because I'm actually embarrassed by how ugly and dirty, and it's not dirty, it's just, it needs to be torn down to the studs. I'm just gonna show you what the heck, what I'm talking about. This is how little my ensuite is. I took the door out, and we just have these beads because it's such a small room. And this is for my bedroom. There's our shower, and then you have the sink and the toilet, and that's it, and a window. Okay, that's the room. Got it? Did you get it? I don't know why that stopped. So I'm trying to get prices from some people. I will buy all the stuff. I want it torn down to the studs, and then a new shower, a new sink. The toilet's fine. Keep the toilet. The window is new. Well, we had put all new windows in this house when we bought the house. So new sheetrock, new shower stall, and then I want large, probably 12 by 12 inch tiles from floor to ceiling. So it would just be all tile, and it would be like a stone kind of tile, if that makes any sense. Again, water prevention, trying to keep any mildew from growing in the walls and stuff. But that's the project I'm looking for, is trying to find somebody who will come in and do it for a very reasonable cost. Just need the grunt work done, because I really think there's mildew in that room. I know there's mildew in that room. I know there's mildew in this house, but there's not a house that doesn't have mildew and mold somewhere. I keep saying mildew. I really mean mold. Sorry about that. Okay, so anything else? For me, I'm not going to go into family things. I have a lot of stuff going on with my family. This Saturday, I'm going to the memorial for my mom at the church's Hendricks Chapel. It's a huge church up on SU Hill. And once a year, they do a huge memorial service for all the people who donated their body to science. And my mom being one of them. So I'll be going to that memorial service for my mom. When we receive her ashes back from the hospital, which would be, it's usually within a year of the passing, we will be doing another memorial service to the family and be scattering her ashes where her mother and father's ashes are scattered at a Boy Scout camp a couple hours from here. Not a couple, an hour and a half, a couple hours from here. Her father was a Eagle Scout and had, I don't know the whole story, but they, at the flagpole at this Boy Scout campgrounds, his name, he's got a memorial plaque at the base of the flagpole. That's where his ashes are scattered. That's where his wife, my grandmother's ashes, and like I just said, that's where we'll be scattering my mom's ashes, but that won't be for a year. So I'm still, grieving is grieving. It doesn't go away. It just gets easier as time goes on. Time heals all wounds. But the other day I opened up my nightstand table drawer, and I found her checkbook. And I forgot I had closed her account. We had a joint account because I was in control of all her financial doings. And I had closed the account, and I thought I had gotten rid of everything. And there's her checkbook. And, you know, the ledger that and I'm going through it for the last and two of them were in there, and I'm going through all the checks and stuff I had to do for the last 2 years, and I lost it. I started crying and feeling guilty, regret, anger. Those were the topics of this last week's grief share meeting, was grief and anger, and yep, got that. Got a lot of grief and anger. The week before was about how to pray to God, and if you keep things from God and you're not able to be frank with God. And I was like, I don't relate to this. And they said there's going to be chapters that you're just not going to relate to. And I said, no, if anything, I'm too frank with the Lord. I'm like kind of have to repent half the time. But regret and anger is something that I definitely battle. So, how are you all doing? I hope you had a wonderful Resurrection Day. That's what it's all about. I had a date day with my granddaughter on Saturday. We spent the whole day together, and then she went to church with me Saturday night. And, of course, they went back to church Sunday morning, but I go Saturday nights. But we had a really interesting conversation, and she's 6. And she's been taught what Easter's all about, but she's 6, and how much of it really sinks in. So I told her about the Easter, the reason for Easter again and everything, and about Jesus on the cross. And we were driving in the car, and I pull into the driveway, into the garage, and I get out, and she goes, Gammy, that made me very sad. And I realized, a lot of that is pretty scary. And I said, well, honey, I don't want you to be scared or sad, because he's not on the cross anymore. He's risen. Remember, I told you, he's up in heaven, and he's okay. He's happy and wonderful again. And she goes, okay, because that was a sad story. And I go, I know it's a sad story, but Sunday came. Sunday came. And it made it sunny. That's what I said to her. Sunday came and it made it sunny, meaning happy. Put your thumbs at the corner of your mouth. And that helped her. So, overall, I'm doing very well. Physically, still have my neck aches. Oh, Forgot to mention, let me quickly add in that I did have to go see the doctor a week ago this Monday. I had had a sore throat for 7 days straight, and it wasn't getting better. And although it didn't quite feel like strep, because I've had strep many times in my life, the back of my throat had big white patches on it. And I just wanted to be on the safe side. And when I went into the doctor's, I said, I'm pretty sure this isn't strep, but please, let's just do a test just to be sure. I think I had a resurgence of EBV because I was pretty wiped out for me. I still kept going, kept doing things, but I was definitely feeling the fatigue and the just overall. I kept taking my temperature. I swore I had a fever. Didn't have a fever. Although while I was at the doctor's, my blood pressure was 150 over 112. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to have a stroke. What is, and my pulse was a 101. I have no idea. I said to her, I said, I don't know why my blood pressure rockets when I get here. I don't feel overly upset. And my pulse is 62 to 75. 75 is high for me. 75 is like, when I get to 80, I can feel it. 101? I don't know. Got home, took it in a couple days, once for a couple days. I took it once a day. Took it when I was out at the drugstore. It was perfectly fine. 124 over 72, So I don't know if I got hit with the EBV again or still, or I don't know. But that was something that happened to me. Very sore throat for a couple days. 7 days. Actually, it lasted it didn't start getting better. I went to the doctor's on that Monday. And by Thursday, when I took the kids to the wild animal park, it was finally better. So it was over a week I had a sore throat. And that's, who knows. Okay, well, I hope this downloads. That will be the big thing, whether or not this downloads. And praying for most of you. You know who you are. God bless. Lord willing, I'll try to pop in another time. Just LDN, LDN, LDN. I'm at 2.5 milligrams. We'll be here for a couple months, and then I'm going to 3. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very optimistic now, and I feel like first time in 6 years that I have hope. First time in 6 years that I feel like there is hope. There is maybe an end to this, or at least getting me to a point that I could work. As you know, I've been offered a job, and that's big. That's huge. I have not heard from her, but believe me, starting a new business, I don't see this business starting. I don't even know how long it would take before the business actually is ready to go. So I'm waiting just to hear back from her. I'm sure that when she's in the position that she really needs to sit down and talk to me, she'll let me know. So, bye-bye for now.